Aliens Colonial Marines is a game about cardboard chimpanzees that follows the footprints of an awesome movie, and does not live up to this awesome movie in the slightest. Hotel Mario is not really a game, I don't think. It follows in the footprints of an awesome platforming franchise. Both of these games are sort of disappointing vomit. They also happen to be two of the most atrocious games I've ever experienced. The question is, which game is better? So welcome to Game Under Game, where I compare two games that may or may not be related, and we determine which game falls beneath the other. Some might say Colonial Marines is a decent game. Some might say they enjoy eating cow shit. In Aliens Colonial Marines, you make your way through some places and shoot some cardboard. Although, you don't actually have to shoot the cardboard, because you can easily scoot on past it and proceed towards your destination. Of course, I'm exaggerating. Hotel Mario, on the other hand, is a game about closing doors. In hotels. That's literally all you do. Because... I don't know. Hotels, doors? Gotta maintain that kind of stuff. Especially when you're a plumber. On top of this incredibly stupid gameplay formula, Hotel Mario was, I believe, the first game to feature Mario and Luigi talking to each other. Listening to Mario and Luigi talk to each other has proven to be one of the worst experiences of my life. But what could be worse? Listening to Princess Peach talk to Mario and Luigi. That's how things get worse.
Thanks to you two, I can safely rule the mushroom kingdom.
For me, Colonial Marines was just as headache-inducing. I understand that some people like this game. That's marvelous. I don't understand why. See, when I first heard about how terrible Colonial Marines was, I figured everyone was overreacting. I expected it to be, at the least, an enjoyable game. Turns out, I was disappointed. My expectations were not at all the source of my judgment, because Aliens Colonial Marines is possibly one of the worst shooters I've ever played in my life. Not only because it disgraces one of the greatest horror, nay, one of the greatest science fiction franchises to exist, but also because the aliens are actually paper thin. They don't feel like they're really there. The guns don't feel like guns, and the facility certainly doesn't feel like it's infested with deadly creatures of interplanetary terror. On top of all this, the pacing is dreadful, the story is blandly uninteresting, and almost every video game involving the aliens that precedes Colonial Marines is superior in almost every aspect. I could forgive all of this if it was actually fun to shoot the aliens, but it doesn't feel like you're even shooting them. It doesn't feel like you're shooting anything. At least they added that bug hunt expansion. But I wasn't really asking for any DLC. I was asking for a refund. While I'd say Colonial Marines is the worst of the Alien games, Hotel Mario is often considered the worst Mario game. And for a very good reason. It wasn't developed by Nintendo, had little to do with the series, and made an infamous name for itself through a series of terrible, terrible cutscenes. It's laughable, really. Just listen to some of the dialogue here.
You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Were we supposed to laugh? I'm lost. Frankly, these cutscenes kind of freak me out. They're almost terrifying. Look at Mario's face right here.
Hey you! Get off of my cloud!
Get off your cloud? Your cloud? What? Look at him! I suppose that lives up to the angry Italian landlord. And look at Princess Peach's eyes! Every second she's on screen, she looks as if she's going to jump out and kill you. And where exactly are they supposed to be in this world? The game starts out with Princess Peach inviting them to a picnic. A picnic. Does that mean this whole game takes place at the park? The plain direction of things is downright odd. Makes me wonder what on earth they were thinking in the Philips CDI department of forgettable gaming history. Now, you might be wondering how I could even compare something as terrible as Hotel Mario with something average like Colonial Marines. Isn't the better game obvious? Well, not exactly. While Colonial Marines is nothing but a mediocre yawn charade, it's a far more evil game. It's a disgrace, a royal fuck you to the gaming community. When we first heard about this, we had big expectations. The trailers, the demonstration, the promise of something worth our time. As for Hotel Mario, we didn't really know it even existed back in its time. Aliens, for what it's worth, is that much more disappointing. See, there is a huge difference between bad and disappointing. We wanted so much more from this game, and for all the time Gearbox spent producing it, we expected it to be, well, decent. The shit smeared in our faces was nothing short of an outrage. And, of course, the developers have been financially rewarded for their crap efforts. As for Hotel Mario, I don't think anyone really bought this game. Through means of some complex legal situation, the corporation Fantasy Factory was given the exciting opportunity to create their own additions to the Mario and Zelda franchises. They treated this opportunity like an abused child, and the result was a pile of games that smelled like cat spit. At the least, however, Hotel Mario's gameplay has a bit of replay value, and it may have worked as an arcade title, despite the complete lack of quality. Aliens Colonial Marines has no replay value whatsoever. If you peer at both these games in the realm of their own time periods, they're pretty damn equal. Hotel Mario came around at a time when side-scrollers thrived on the Super Nintendo. The game turned out worse than an aged arcade game, and was deemed a poor excuse for a platformer. Colonial Marines turned out worse than an aged Xbox title, and was deemed a poor excuse for an FPS. I can't picture myself ever really wanting to play either of these games again, so I'd have to say the winner is Christmas Lemmings for MS-DOS. No question.
I think Hotel Mario's better.